Hi friends and new friends, I'm Tao of Satoshi and introducing my co-star Mo, and you're watching Cash Alternative TV. There are few countries around the world that would benefit from a day-to-day decentralized digital cash. One of the countries that would top the list would be Venezuela. My regular viewers will remember Eugenia Alcala Sucre, who is behind the Dash Caracas proposal. Her mission was to bring the knowledge of Dash to Venezuelans and explain the way Dash could help the situation in that troubled country. Well, she sure did fantastic in her job, and she will be telling us all about it today. Even though she did a wonderful job representing Dash and stirring up a passion for it in her home country, there are currently not many ways to access Dash in Venezuela. On today's show, we also have the co-founders of Colibit, which is a Bitcoin exchange based there. They hope to complement Eugenia's teachings by offering a stable exchange for Venezuelans to buy and sell Dash. So, without further ado, I present the interview. Hope you enjoy. Okay, welcome to Cash Alternative TV. Today we have some very special guests from Caracas, Venezuela. We have Eugenia Alcala Sucre, who is the leader of the Dash Caracas proposal. We also have Rafa Useche here and Ronald Blanco. They're from the Colibit proposal that's going to be coming up soon. It's under discussion right now in the Dash forums. So welcome to the show, everybody.
Thank you for your invitation, Tao. I am, as always, happy to be with you here on the show. Okay.
So for my viewers that watched my previous shows, they will know Eugenia Alcala Sucre from the Dash Caracas proposal. And just recently, there was a video that came out about the latest conference that they had in Caracas. And I must say, I was impressed with that video. It was very professionally done. And I can see that people are having fun with Dash down there. So Eugenia, why don't you give us a rundown of how the Dash Caracas proposal has been going so far?
Yes, Tao. Well, you know that the first proposal we made was intended for 80 people, and make down about the radio station and TV. People got very excited, and they pre-registered in our database, and there were almost 800 people when we were doing the first conference. We were then expecting around 100, and 140 people appeared on the first one. So many people was left out because of the capacity of the venue that we decided to repeat, make a reposition of the first conference, and that is the second event we did on October. That's the video you are referring to. And we were very happy with the results of that event. There was a high energy, and people were happy to be there and to be learning about Dash. We had about 350 people that time. In 2 days, next Friday, we are going to have the second conference. And we are going to have, as a conferencist, Fernando Gutierrez, one of the core team members of Dash, and we are expecting around 500 people.
Nice.
This time.
Wow, very well done. So I see that Dash is, the word is spreading down there. How about you, Rafa and Ronald? Were you guys attending the conference too, and how did you guys find it?
Yeah, Tao. I fly from San Cristobal, that is a city far away from Caracas, to assist to that Dash conference tomorrow, or no, this Friday. Sorry. So yeah, I will assist. It's my first time in a conference like this with Dash. Ronald had been in the previous Dash conference, and he was kind of, Dash, right? Like the mod before and after the conference is just a drastic change in the mod. So this kind of conference really changed people's mind, and in a way that how to use in practical use case, cryptocurrency has Dash, right? So that would be my first Dash conference. I am very excited because I see a lot of professional people working in this conference, Eugenia and other guys. I have to say that this come from the community. Christian Diaz, nickname Chris Rock, right?
Chris Rock, yes.
He was like the trigger for this pre-proposal, and yeah, we see a lot of potential clients in Venezuela using Dash because, as you know, we have a shortage of cash,
That's right.
Bills.
Yeah, that's the next thing I want to talk to. Maybe I'll ask this question of Ronald. How do you feel that Dash is taking off in Venezuela in comparison to Bitcoin? I'm sure you see people that are into Bitcoin and you're introducing Dash to them. How do you see Dash in comparison to Bitcoin for Venezuelan people?
It's an advantage to people that are used to Bitcoin, but right now Bitcoin is kind of hard to move around because of high fees. And Dash gives us an alternative in a way that it's easier to move around and it's faster. The other thing is that there's a community actually being built that is going to make people want to use Dash. So what we're trying to do is help them, make it easier for them to use it, and give them a way so they can get Dash with our local currency. And we see it as an alternative in the future so people can actually use it for day-to-day payments.
Very good, very good. So Eugenia, just quickly, I want to touch base on this video that they were showing like this entertainment troupe, and you guys were doing all kinds of movements and stuff. Could you go through that? Like who are those people, and how did they add to the atmosphere there?
Yes, they are Regala una Sonrisa. They are a non-profit organization, and they are doing a really, really important work helping people who are on the streets right now in Caracas, Venezuela, that unfortunately is even each day more and more people are going through that experience. They, with the funds they get, they go to the streets and get in touch with these people. They give them food and they help them. They also give them clothes and try to help them to get jobs. That's the work they do on the streets, but also they are specialists on laughter yoga. They have started with the creators of this discipline, and they are always eager to give us a little bit of laughter yoga in our events. They are really cool.
Yeah, they do look cool. You know, it's something that you don't see all the time, and I think that's cool. You know, like because that's what Dash is about. You know, we're having fun and we're changing the world at the same time, which is really cool.
Yes.
So but I think the masternode owners are pleased with the results that we're getting from the Dash Caracas proposal. You mentioned that there's like some spin-offs too that have been happening from this. It's not just Caracas. It's Dash is spreading across Venezuela. Can you give us a little bit of indication of how that's going?
Yes. From before the first conference in September, already there was at least one other community named Dash San Antonio. San Antonio is a city near Caracas, a little city. And since there have been Dash La Guaira, Dash Bolívar, Dash Valle de la Pascua. Also in Caracas, Caracas is a big city, so there have been like a few groups working, Dash Toneros and Dash Libertador in Caracas. They, in the beginning, they were using the contest for Mastermind, the meetup contest, and then they are also one of the Dash Global's meetups funded. I don't know how to say it. They are being funded by Dash Global.
Oh.
Okay, okay.
What we are doing with them is that we are trying to get together these leaders of these communities, and we are sharing experiences. We are making like instructions for how to do these meetups, so people that are new can learn how to do it.
Okay.
So the Dash word spread, like you say always.
How's been the uptake in the media in Venezuela? Have you been on any shows or been in the newspaper or anything like that?
Yes, especially when we did the first conference, we had a lot of interviews, and they are all linked in the forum, in the Dash forum thread for the proposal of Dash Caracas. We are always linking all the information that appears on media there, so masternode owners can see there what are being the results in the media, in the newspapers, in the TV, and the radio, etc.
Okay, so you have a conference coming up, you said. During this conference and beyond, can you give the masternode owners and anybody who might happen to want to know, what are your steps after this conference? What do you plan on doing after this conference that's coming up?
Well, we have, after this conference from this week, we also have another conference in December, and there has been some work that we have been doing with entrepreneurs. We have held 2 workshops with entrepreneurs to teach them how to accept Dash as payment for their products and services. That is something we want to do more. We want to help more entrepreneurs to do that. They have participated in the conferences, like with the stand, so people in the conference can go over to them and can buy with Dash their products. And we want to do that even more, even bigger. And also there has been another kind of entrepreneurs that have reached to us, searching for counseling on how to make a proposal to the Dash community, such as these guys right here. So that is something we want also to do bigger and better. We want to help entrepreneurs from Venezuela to make proposals that are good also to Venezuela and to Dash. Win-win situation here. That is what we want to do.
Okay, so yeah, you're developing interest in Dash, and that's great. But in order for people to use Dash, they have to acquire Dash, and they have to actually have Dash in their wallets to be able to spend. So Rafa, I guess I'll direct this next question to you. Currently, as it stands right now, what are Venezuelans' options to acquire Dash?
Well, the first option right now is a crypto buyer. Yeah, that is a kind of broker. It's not a fully functional exchange. That means that you just buy and sell in certain level of price, right? You can just make market of that. So that is a very, it's pretty limited because you see a lot of lack of price formation. So when you go to this kind of broker, the price is not the better, or is not the the best price of the current market, right? So people need more alternative. For example, peer-to-peer alternative. Alternative has Colibit that allows people to do a market on Dash, right? No matter what amount of Dash, could be one DUF, or could be 100 Dash. I don't know, but just to open this opportunity to everybody.
Okay, so is there a minimum amount of Dash on Crypto Buyer that you have to buy, or is there's no limits?
Yes, there
Well,
is limit in Crypto Buyer.
I don't know, because well, I don't use Crypto Buyer too much, right? But the community like feedback about Crypto Buyer. Okay, this is a good broker, but they have a limit market cap or volume to exchange. That is one limitation here. And the second one is you can just set the price to your Dash, right?
Yep.
So you just have to like a fixed price.
Yeah, so it's similar to like a Coinbase. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
You take it or leave it.
Absolutely. Okay, so Ronald and Rafa, you guys have a proposal on the Dash forum, and you're representing a company named Colibit. You guys are the co-founders, and you guys want to increase the market in Venezuela by offering Dash as part of your exchange. So Ronald, can you give us a little bit of background about your company and how you came to be involved in the Dash exchange or in Bitcoin exchange?
Yes, I started in Bitcoin not long ago. Rafael is the one that has more experience in developing for the blockchain, and he got me into Bitcoin and all that. I just had little experience trading, but then I saw the opportunity to actually make free market for Bitcoin in Venezuela, and we see the need for it because our currency is very it's losing its value every day. So people use Bitcoin as a store of value. So we actually feel like we're helping people to save or to to put away their savings and making able to down the line use it for whatever they want. And the thing with Dash is that, well, I didn't know much about Dash. I knew it was a cryptocurrency, but when I went to the conference, I realized that it was better suited for Venezuela in a lot of ways. And also, well, I thought there was a great opportunity to be the first free market for Dash in Venezuela. So that's the motivation behind it, and that's why I got into this business with Rafael.
Okay, so Rafael, can you give us a little bit of background of how long your company's been in business and what kind of volume numbers that you guys have per day in Bitcoin?
Yeah, Colibit has founded in June. So we have kind of 6 months on the market. We have a daily volume of more or less 0.2 Bitcoin. We have more than right now 2,300 user right now, and well, have you see we are growing every day in an exponential way. So there is a good news for us, but not for our clients, because as you know, presently the Bitcoin network is just stuck, basically, and people have to pay like $50 just to confirm a confirmation on transaction in a couple of hours.
$50.
Yeah, $50, and that is like a Bitcoin drama will be. We don't know how this take, and we need an alternative. and we see that Dash could be a perfect fit because we have both components of every coin, or the both factor to grow a coin is community first, and second, easy to cash out and cash in.
Yep.
That include exchange, Facebook groups, and so on. And we have already the community here, but we lack the second factor to have a successful adoption in a country like Venezuela. I decided just fund this company, Colibit, with my partner Ronald, and I ensure that this new project has more impact in my local community, that is Venezuela. And I live here, so it's my people, and well, we want to make we want to be a solution, not a problem, to that kind of central planning disaster that we have in Venezuela. And yeah, we have to be a solution.
How is it like what's it like in the ground, like when with your currency every day? You know, like he touched on it earlier. We were talking about how the currency, like, it goes down from day to day. Like, how is that? What's that like for Venezuelans on a day-to-day basis?
Well,
Yeah.
now we don't know how we cope either. That is really a mystery. But Rafa can tell you an experience he just had at the airport.
Yeah, and now I just a brief history in my recent travel to Caracas today. I have to hanging out a backpack full of bills, more or less 1,000 bills, several denomination has 20, 50, 100, and so on. So I have to hand out like this backpack full of bills just to buy a bucket of candies.
Wow.
Like Halls, or these candies that is a bar of candy.
Okay.
How many bolívares did you have in the back?
I have like 50,000 bolivars.
So less than $1.
That is a situation that you see every day. This is how you see the real crisis with the cash, the shortage of the hyperinflation, and that is a practical case.
Yes.
Just in that simple thing, like brought a simple candy bar.
Somebody in my team told me earlier that she could not run some errands because she didn't have cash to ride a bus.
Exactly.
Wow.
And that is real. I believe her because I know that there is a real problem about the cash, getting the cash. And also the prices are going up, and the wages are still standing still. I don't know how to say that. And
Yep, standing still.
people are having a really, really bad crisis.
Okay, well, that really makes us feel like we're doing a good thing, you know, by bringing Dash to Venezuela. So that's good. And your company, Colibit, it sounds like it's going to give more liquidity for the people down there. They're going to be able to access Dash, which is very good. Is there any other kind of things would you like to express to the Masternode network while I have you here?
Well, all we want to do is give the community a great service. We want to serve our people and our country, and we just ask Dash to help us do it. We think we can make a really good job, and with Eugenia and all the community that is they're building up, we think that we can make Dash even more useful on a day-to-day basis for regular people in Venezuela.
I would like to tell my experience as a Colibit user.
Okay.
Because I have used Colibit because like Rafa and Ronald told you, the only way to buy or sell directly Dash with Bolívares right now is crypto buyer, and if you don't like that alternative, you have to find somebody you trust in order to buy or sell Dash with Bolívares, or if you don't have anybody, you have to go through Bitcoin as a bridge to buy or sell Dash with Bolívares. And there was these few times when I couldn't find somebody I trust to sell or buy Dash, that I decided to try Colibit services. I had used before local Bitcoin, and I found it okay, but I'm not a trader. I am like a user, and I don't know how it would
Regular user. Like,
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not an expert.
Not an expert, really not an expert. So when I used local Bitcoin, I had to work for it. I had to understand the platform, and I had to like pay a lot of attention, and I found it a little hard. But when I used Colibit, I found it so easy to use, and I really, really like it. I don't know, some might say that that local Bitcoin is better, because I don't know why. I invite the community to discuss about this, but the user experience that I had in Colibit was really good. Also, Colibit gave me the opportunity to link my business bank account. I didn't have that alternative with crypto buyer. I only could buy and sell in crypto buyer with my personal bank account.
Okay.
And also the crypto buyer limits are really, really low. So back in that time, I don't know how it is right now, but back in the time I tried crypto buyer, the maximum amount was 2 million bolivares, and that is nothing if you are trying to, for example, make a conference and you have to pay for the venue and etc. So that didn't work for me, and sometimes I have used Colibit, and really the user experience is really, really nice. I really like it a lot.
Okay, that's good. So I wish you folks luck with that Colibit proposal. Do you have any idea of when it might go live? Are you guys all finished with the pre-proposal discussions, or still have some more details to iron out? How's that going, Rafa?
Yeah, well, I think that, well, the first, I want to send a message to the master now that we don't have a traditional investment in our platform. Yeah, it's really hard to get a traditional investment or like VC's investment here in Venezuela for obvious reasons. But we think that if you have a non-traditional business, you have to use non-traditional ways to finance your project. And the Dash Treasury is just a perfect fit for no traditional business with no traditional technology like blockchain. So, well, that is my message to the master now. Taking your question, yeah, we think that as soon as possible we will launch this to a live proposal. But first, we want to just get involved more with the community in the conference, study their necessities, their direct feedback, right? So then we can just go live with the final proposal.
Okay.
I think.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, there has been some questions on the Dash forum about the pre-proposal from the guys concerning the time that it would take to make the, como dicen eso en inglés, the integration.
The integration,
yes.
Development.
And also about the price. I would like to invite all developers that know about this to please give us their opinion in the Dash forum, because my opinion is from a user experience point of view. But I am not a developer. I don't know anything about this. These guys know, but they are the ones being evaluated. So please, developers and other people that know about this, share your opinion on these proposals, so we can I don't know, see how it is received from the masternode owners.
Yes, it's true. The more eyes that look at it, the better. The more details can be hammered out, and the better we can shape the proposal into something that's going to benefit everyone. So I'm quite happy to have you guys on the show. I like to have people from all over the world. I don't know if you guys know me, but I've noticed that the Dash Nation founder in Dash, because I want to bring everybody from around the world like into the global nation of using Dash. And I don't know if you guys have had a chance to join the Discord or anything like that, but I'm going to start with Ronald and work my way over to Henya. What does it mean to you to be part of this global nation of Dash users?
Well, my experience is really recent, but I like it. I like the spirit of it. I think there's a lot of opportunity, and I really want to grow into the community and actually give a great service to the community. I think,
okay.
Yeah.
And you, Rafa?
Well, I am pretty new in the Dash community, but more like from the perspective of a developer. So I see debate a lot about scale off-chain or on-chain, and this will be a key factor in the future. The opportunity to Dash to build their own hardware with the treasury is just like, you know, this aha moment when you say, this is so because you have the power to invest in your own development of hardware, how to scale on-chain. So that is pretty like got my attention. Dash Nation, very good opportunity to interchange ideas and interchange kind of know or build empathy to another region, as Africa, Asia, United States. Every country, every region has their specific use case. Venezuela, in that case, is store value, and just spread and use a crypto coin as a point of sale, for example. In Africa, could be the same. In United States, could be another use case. Asia, the same. So I see this very helpful tool to interconnect the community around the world.
Okay, how about you, Henya? What do you think about being a part of Dash Nation? You've been around for a while now.
I really love it, Al, because actually Dash Nation was my very first crypto community ever. I have not been part of any other one, but I have been able to see that in another communities, they are not as nice as we are. So I like it in the Dash Nation that we are able to express our ideas or even disagree with one another with respect. I really appreciate that. And I think Dash Nation has the spirit, and I really thank you, Tao, for being one of the promoters or constructors of the Dash Nation. And there is a Venezuelan entrepreneur. His name is Dimitar Correa. He is the leader of Bitco. That's a community that helps people that does not have capital to invest to get started on cryptocurrency. He's one of our allies, and he always says something that I agree with. He says that Dash is not only a cryptocurrency. Dash is a cryptocurrency with a heart, and that has some humanity to it. And I really agree to it, because the cooperation spirit I see in the Dash Nation is really something, and I am grateful to be a part of it.
No, I see that this is kind of voluntary cooperation,
Yes.
and cryptocurrencies are about voluntary cooperation and just free of choice.
Yeah.
And just to complete the idea of Eugenia.
All right. So thank you guys very much for being on the show. I wish both of your projects the best of luck. And I can't wait to see what the future is like for Venezuela, because I know that definitely Dash would love to have you guys as part of Dash Nation. And we're anxious to see how that will change the lives of people there.
Thank you, Dao, for the invitation once again.
Thank you, Dan.
We'll
Really
see-
appreciate this opportunity.
Take care, guys.
Bye,
Bye,
Dao.
Dao.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Well, that was the interview. I wish those guys well, and I'm sure Dash has a bright future in Venezuela. That's it for me today. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and click the bell if you want to hear more from me on Cash Alternative TV episodes. Remember, until next time, Dash is a digital alternative to cash, and becoming more so every day. Bye for now.